Hey guys, welcome back. So in this video, what we want to look at is our code logical operators that we had before. There's a lot more complication that you can do with this this if statement inside of Python. I'm going to clean up all these test files here. I don't actually want them cluttering up my workspace. I'm going to remove those to the recycle bin. I'll get rid of this big text file as well. These are all from the previous videos. We're going to create a new file that we're just going to call if elif.py. Now, a lot of times, like, you're going to have quite a bit of complication when it comes to, like, okay, for instance, like if you wanted to build a program that like asks a bunch of questions and stuff like that, then yeah, we could easily do that. So let's go ahead and look at how to build an actual program that's going to take in some value. So it'll say, let's go ahead and say, you know, let's to keep our program running, all we have to do is we could just say while true, and this has to be capitalized. That just keeps the program running literally indefinitely until you run out of power or the end of the world occurs or your computer dies. But it'll go forever. And we can go ahead and create this question object that we're going to say, the value equals, we're going to say raw input, and then we just ask the question. We're going to say, like, what is your favorite language? All right, so now that we've asked that, we can assign that to the question, and then we're just going to say while true. Let me show you how we can crash the program. We're going to say print the question. Now, this is just going to continue to be like an infinite loop, like I said, so let's go ahead and do that real quick. So my days with Python go way back to Python 2.0, but if you're following in Python 2, then you are going to use raw input, but nowadays it's just input for Python 3. So if I say, I'm going to ask what is their favorite language, and I go ahead and run this thing. So let's go ahead and add some logical operators to this statement here. So instead of just printing the question, having the thing go over and over again, we can actually say, you know what, if question equals Python, then we could say print you are awesome. All right, so we're going to do that. And then I want to import a library that we can use a lot in Python, which is called import sys. And after the print statement, I want to go ahead and just say sys, sys, if I could type exit. Is it exit? Yeah, I think it's exit. All right, good. So sys.exit, and this will actually be able to bounce out of the program if they say that they like Python. So let's go ahead and run it. Is this thing running? What are you doing? All right, let's restart it. Now it's running. What is your favorite language? Python. Oh, you are awesome. Now it exits out of the program. So that's how you could do that. Now let's look at how we can do elif. So let's say elif question equals, so they put in the response of Ruby, right? And we'll say print Ruby sucks compared to Python. And then we can also do sys.exit, or you know what, we'll just keep bouncing around until they can say, you know what, I want you to basically say Python, else equals, we'll say C#, and I'll make that lowercase just to make all this lowercase, and we'll say print C# is not as good as Python. Clearly I'm trolling. I actually like C# a lot. But anyway, these give you some different, you know, outcomes and everything based on what they're typing. But only if you type Python does it actually exit out of the infinite loop, because everybody should love Python, right? So what's your favorite language? Ruby. Ruby sucks compared to Python. Ruby sucks compared to Python. Ruby. Let's try C#. Now we get the C# message, and then if we try something else, we just get the same message over and over again. So let's go ahead and do a fail-safe on that. So we're just going to say the final elif. So by the way, if you don't know, the if is just going to go if. Okay, do that. If you could just have it over and over again and say if, but elif actually lets you understand. It's like, I expect it to say, okay, if it's this, then do this, or if not, do that. Basically, it's indicating that you need to do something. Like, we don't just want, it's not just if else. Like typically if it's not if or else, it's some other if else kind of thing. And that's really what elif is doing for you. The final thing you can have on the end is just else. And this is going to be our fail safe, and just say you suck balls. Or, you know, I shouldn't say that. Just say you suck. All right. So because it doesn't understand, I'm freaking out. I don't understand what you mean. So obviously our program is not very good because it only understands 3 commands. Otherwise, it doesn't do anything. But let's go ahead and run it. So we have it. What's your favorite language? Now, if I type something else, I'm freaking out. I don't understand what you mean. And if I type Python, we go back and we have you are awesome. So you could create a program in this same fashion that all you do is like this is how you would create a command line program. So basically when they type Python, instead of just printing out to a screen, you would actually execute some sort of like, Python specific script or some script related to what it is that they typed in. And that is really all programming is. It's forks in logic. It says you hit a fork in the road. Are you going left or right? This isn't quantum mechanics. You can't go in both directions or exist simultaneously or whatever. Eventually we're going to get there with quantum computing. We're not there yet. It's either one or the other. So it's all atomic. Anyway, thanks for watching.